Hi everyone, it's Holly Schultz from babygizmo.com. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and I've even dug out my apron in the kitchen for you. Okay, so we've gotten through Halloween, right? And if your kids are like mine, they have devoured a ton of candy. And now we are going into the holidays, which means cookies and all kinds of baked goodies. Well, at least in my house, because I absolutely love to bake. So I wanted to introduce you to one snack today that is my go-to snack so that I can get a little bit of nutrition in my kids in between all of the other baking that I do. We're gonna make apple nachos. Now, depending on how healthy you want it, depends on the toppings you put on the apples. But hey, apples are nutritious, right? So super easy, and the kids absolutely love it. I'm making it for my kids today after school. So what I have here is I have Granny Smith apples. These work really well. You could use any kind of apples that you like. You slice them up. Now I've sliced up one, and then I'm just going to slice up one more. You do it in really thin slices, just because it's easier to eat for the little ones. So slice it up very thin, and then you're going to spread the apples out on a plate. Depending on, this is just 2 apples. It just depends on how many kids you are serving. I have 3, so I'm going to, I think 2 apples will be sufficient because of the toppings. So the greatest thing about apple nachos is that it depends on what your kids like. You can totally make them to adapt to your kids. So I have slices of apples all laid on a plate like that. This is like nachos, but healthy, like I said. Now, there's all kinds of different things you can do. You can do chocolate, Hershey syrup, the Kraft, what are they called? Mallow bits. They're little marshmallows. These are really good. I love the Kraft caramel bits because these are little unwrapped pieces of caramel that you can melt really easily. So I use those a lot. If your kids like nuts, you can put peanuts, pecans, walnuts, whatever you want. They even have little bitty red and green M&Ms that I like to sprinkle on too. Just want to make it more fun so that they're going to eat the apples. Now I don't want to put too much stuff on it, but so what I do is I start out with the apples and I drizzle a little bit of chocolate all over them. Now again, you can do whatever toppings that you want. Now here's the caramel. You know, I always think caramel and apples goes together wonderfully, so I've melted some of it and I just drizzle it all over the apples. Depending on how much caramel your kids like, depends on how much you put on it. So now we have caramel. You gotta make sure that the caramel is melted enough because it does start to harden up pretty quick. So there's the caramel. And then again, whatever toppings, you could do like a melted peanut butter depending on if your kid is, if your kid's allergic to peanut butter, don't do that of course. But if they can do peanut butter, melt peanut butter on them. My kids like pecans, so I'm gonna sprinkle pecans, a few mini chocolate chips, because the brighter it is, the more fun, the more apt they are to eat it. Marshmallows, like I said, these marshmallows are really, really fun. They give a little color, make it more, and here's the M&Ms, and then I just sprinkle. Now you don't want to douse it in toppings, kind of like I am, but just depends on how healthy, like I said, you want to make it, or is this a treat? Is this an after-school treat that, you know, is replacing cookies or brownies? I mean, it just depends on your family, your lifestyle, and there you go. That is what apple nachos are. Again, you could put coconut on it, you could put coconut on it, you could put you could put granola on it, whatever, how healthy or unhealthy you want to make it, but it's just a fun way to get your kids to eat a little more fruit, something great for the holidays, and it isn't just candy and, you know, baked goods. So I just wanted to show you, easy as that. You can get it done in 5 minutes before the kids get home from school. It's apple nachos. And that's it for me. I'm Holly Schultz from babygizmo.com.